All right, Connor Mantz, big PB today, 4th place in the Boston Marathon. So, how are you feeling?
Good. It was a good race. I executed well. A little bit bittersweet, that you lose 4 seconds in the last 340 meters or so. But you can't just what can you do? You pound the ground, you pound the pavement, and your legs are just not ready to keep pushing it. So
did you know you were that close to getting the fastest time ever by an American?
I did, yeah. So when we had around mile 22, I was doing some math, and it was okay, if I can still get. It was that was kind of a nice goal that I can't control how fast the other 2 guys are running, but in a way it was that's a goal I can control. Is if I can start running, if I can keep running 440s. Or 440 for my last few miles, I can get this. I can get the fastest time on the course by an American and beat Ryan Hall's time. It's funny, Ryan Hall, as we were laying down before the race came up and said something like, I forgot what he joked. He's like, good luck today, boys. It looks like good weather out there. And Clayton's like, so a 2:04:58 day or whatever. And Ryan's like, well, you have the shoes. So he's like, it's not a 2:04:58 day without my shoes, but with your guys' shoes, it is.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay. So I don't know. We as I was going, those last few miles, I felt pretty good, and I would just get a little frustrated with the other runners when they take the lead. They kind of slow, but the headwind was not very fun. So it was, you try and get the best place possible, or do you just go for the time? And I kind of just tried to, get the best place possible and made some moves to try and help get the time, but the main goal was that podium.
How many times were you trying to break them? It looked like from about 24 on, you threw in a bunch of surges and they just wouldn't go.
I probably put in 3 or 4 surges. I don't know. I'd have to go back and rewatch the race, honestly, if they had a camera on us. But I liked. I could tell that Mukhtar was kind of, he'd get dropped off. And then I'd be annoyed with running into the wind and leading into the wind, so I'd kind of try and slow down and get to the middle of that pack. And then Mukhtar would come back. So it was okay, these guys are, I don't know, they're struggling, but they're not struggling enough that I'm dropping on them. And that was a little frustrating. But I mean, that's racing. They're gonna slow down every time I don't want to lead, but I also can't choose what pace they run if I'm not leading it. So, I don't know. It's give and take.
Were you thinking 205 on this course, given these conditions? When the gun fires, do you think that was reasonable?
I didn't know. I really was, I was kind of going through, I went through a bunch of previous races. You have with the exception of last year. Last year was kind of a different type of race. But I went through a bunch in the previous years. So excluding last year, excluding 2018, it was about 63:30 for your second half is usually what it takes to win.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the years they went in 2:09, it's about what it takes the second half. The years they won in 2:06, it's about what it takes. The year, Chibet won the last time, ran about 63:30. Mm-hmm. So I thought, okay, it doesn't matter what we go through at halfway. Unless it's sub 61, but it was that second half needs to be 63:30. So I didn't want any mile. I wanted to average 450s or 3-minute Ks for that second half with all the uphills, and I did that. But I think I did that, but it didn't play out.
Yeah.
It didn't get me on the podium or the top of the podium like I thought it would.
Yeah, and you kind of pushing it early. You were one of the guys at the front. So when did you decide to do that? Because I talked to Matt Sonnenfeld, and he said one of the instructions from Ed was cruise early, and it didn't really look like you were quite doing that.
That steep downhill at the start is so hard to really pace, because you're feeling like you're going so slow, and I was just really trying to keep that effort really low. So effort was good, and I felt like I was cruising, felt like I was chilling. I don't know, there was a little part around 8 or 9 miles where I was oh, are we going too fast? And even 8 or 9 miles till about probably 15, I was this. I may have shot my watch, but there's such a big pack here that either everyone's gonna blow up or I'm gonna find a way and still have a great day. So when when we hit the Newton Hills, I was actually like kind of feeling really good up them. I was feeling really good. I was feeling really good down them, and I was surprised nobody was. I don't know. Nobody was pushing it down, so I was surprised at how good I felt on those.
Yeah. Do you feel like this is a big breakthrough for you?
Yeah. It's funny because I felt like New York's build was like I was so ready, and I missed the move, and then I kind of got complacent for some of the miles. And so I think this time, I wasn't complacent at all. I saw the move. I may have been in bad positioning to like go with the John Career move, but I didn't have it at the end to, go with the guys at the last 400 anyway.
Yeah.
So like I wasn't gonna win today, with just based off how my fitness was. But I do think it was, I put the race together. I put the race together that I was trying to run.
Yeah.
And so, between that and how my trainings looked, it was very confidence boosting. And I mean, the halves I ran this winter were pretty confidence boosting, so it gave me the confidence to kind of go and risk it, go out a little hot and be ready to compete with the top guys.
If you felt you were in better position, would you have tried to go with that Korea move, or do you think that was just too
No,
much?
I wanted to go with it. I scooted over to the other side of the road. I kind of was on the right side, let Mukhtar. He took the lead from me, and the main pack was on the left side. Move over to the right, move over to the left side, and I kind of just got pushed around. Just how it goes in racing. And then I kind of look back, trying to make sure Clayton's in the pack. He's starting to get dropped, and then I look up, and Carrera has made his move, and we're kind of getting to the point where we're almost single file or double file. And I was like, crap. And I tried to go, but it was too hard. If I had been closer, I think I could have gone with it for a while. And I like to think I could have gone with it and hung on to hold second, but I don't know. I mean, it's woulda, coulda, shoulda, and you can do that all day. But I think it was and that's what I would have done. But it's a good day.
Yeah. Well, congrats on the run, Connor.
Thank you.
Appreciate the time.